Hey everybody, look what I got. It's gonna be a cool box opening. It's a Pro SC 4x4 by Team Associated. I'm gonna open the box right now. I did open the box already, but I didn't take anything out. All I did was open the box, and I cut a little bit of the tape, so kind of speed the process along so you guys don't have to watch me fumbling opening tape. So here we go, let's check it out. The box looks pretty cool. Kind of a normal box for Associated. Get it open. Alright. In the box. Hope everything can be seen here. Got the car controller. Looks like the charger, the battery. Owner's manual. Owner's manual. Some stickers. Oh, an extra set of body post. Some preload clips. Looks like some servo saver parts. Oh, this is this whole thing. This is a certificate to get VRC Pro, which is like online racing for free, I guess, or maybe like a sample. Okay, so like I said, I cut a little bit of it open, or a little bit of the tape off to speed it along here. So there's the body. Pretty basic body. I mean, it feels like any ready-to-run body. Not as thick as a Pro line, but it's still good. Everyone says that it's real thin in the back. Seems the same all the way through to me. Flat black in the back. That looks real nice. And take the tape or the protective shield off here. Jeez, that's stuck on there really good. Okay, so nice body. It's got the number plates that like screw on there. Held on with some bolts in the back. Okay. Now the car, let me see if I can get this out here. Let me try to get the radio first. Okay, radio feels okay. Wheel's a little, doesn't have much tension on the wheel, but it's okay, I guess. You got your throttle, ATV. Well, I don't know. Oh, high and low, or low and high ATVs, throttle, I guess. And this is your throttle trim, steering dual rate, on-off button. 6 AA batteries. It feels okay. I mean, a little bulky on top, but it's alright. Okay, now let's open the charger real quick and check this thing out. Grab this. Some scissors. There's enough tape on these boxes, I swear, that you could use it for Christmas. Okay, so the power plug. It's got a little Dean's de Tamiya. And the charger seems to be okay. Feels like it's got some weight to it. It's not real cheap. Little one button setup on there. LiPo, Li-Fi, nickel metal, and NiCad does them all. Pretty cool. Let's see what it's 35 watts and a maximum output of 4 amps. That's not bad for a little ready-to-run charger. Looks like you could do a Dean's plug or a Tamiya plug. So that's pretty cool. Now, I'll use that charger too, since I race a lot, and me and my son both race, so there's a lot of times where we're in a hurry to get batteries charged, and that's just another charger that I can use. It's great. Okay, now let's do the battery. Wolfpack lithium polymer. Let's see. This is why I wanted to do all the tape beforehand, but it's okay. Okay, it's in some bubble wrap. 3300 30C. Nice. It's a nice battery. It's really light. It's got a nice case. The case is like a rounded case. It's not square like most of them are. It feels like a good battery. It has little grooves on the bottom so your plastic doesn't get scratched up as bad. That's a nice battery. Well, I'll definitely use that too. I'll probably go in my son's Slash, but that's a cool battery. Okay, now, bear with me guys. I'm going to try and pull this thing out. Boy, I tell you, they got these things in here. So good. Hold on just a minute. Let me put it down on the floor. I'm going to rip it out. Okay. Didn't have to rip it out. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay. That was a fight. Let me get these zip ties off here. I cut the zip ties and they still don't even come off. Now I don't know where my tool went. Okay. I'm getting it. It's got to be a real box opening, so the struggles of a real box opening. Okay, the other one's gone. A little sticker here, I don't know what that is. Now, the weight of the car, very light for a four-wheel drive. Tires, they're definitely not, you know, Pro Lines, J Concepts are definitely not that. The tread does feel good. It feels better than most of their tires for sure. But there's no sidewall action here. You can tell it's just there. It kind of feels like the foam. The foam's not filling up the tire. Maybe if there was more foam in it, it'd almost feel like a better. It's real empty around the sidewall here. Same with the front. I mean, that's ready to run tires for you though. It's not going to be the best tires. Those are better than most. Got the motor down there, the Reedy 550 SL 3500 kV. I'm told that that's a 4-pole motor. Nice speed control. Shocks are huge, just like everyone says. Those things are massive. Let me see if I can. I'll compare them real quick. Where are my shocks? Oh, right here. Okay. Even though that these are taken apart because I'm redoing them, this is a Traxxas shock from a Slash. Kind of your standard size shock. Now you can see the difference. I hope they're like double that size. They're just fat little, big, huge shocks. I mean, they're not little at all. They're 8th scale size shocks for sure. They look like something that'd come on an 8th scale buggy. Okay, so let's see. Servo. It's the servo on here is a DS190 or like hold on, DS1903MG Metal Gear. I don't really know much about their servos, but other reviews say that it's a good servo, so we'll see. Let's see in here. I don't know if you can see in there very well, but it's got a nice looking. You can't really see in there too well. It's got a nice looking drive shaft. Looks to be pretty sturdy. Nice like aluminum looking, polished, kind of polished aluminum looking. Looks nice. Heard a lot of reviews about. Here, let me take this off real quick. Maybe you can see a little bit better. Battery strap comes off nice and easy. It's got a little piece of foam in there to move your battery forwards or backwards. Okay, maybe you can see in there. There's a little drive cup in there, and that's what everyone's saying, that those set screws in there, they back out or fall off or whatever. Obviously, when you get a ready-to-run car, I know it's ready to run, and they should be out of the box ready to go, but that's not really the case. I go through everything on my car before I run it usually. it's just the right way to do it. Also, you do the same thing with airplanes and stuff, with helicopters. You should always go back through, make sure everything's good, make sure the servos are centered, all that type of stuff. So, let's see. Everyone's saying the chassis flex. Okay. There's some chassis flex in there for sure. I'm not going to lie. I mean, that's a lot of chassis flex, people. Let's see. It honestly doesn't feel like there's any front to back flex. It's kind of a torsion flex from side to side. So, I don't know. I haven't got to drive it yet, so we'll see. Sometimes that is a good thing, but in most cases it's not. It comes with Deans. Obviously those aren't a real Deans plug, but they don't say they are real Deans plugs either. 2.4 radio, obviously, small antenna. Suspension feels soft. It honestly feels like well, yeah, it feels like it needs a little bit thicker shock oil in there. Maybe, yeah, just some thicker shock oil. Maybe like an adjustment on the shocks, the setting. Maybe lay them down a little bit more. Firm up the suspension a little bit. Well, that does sound like it's really rough, but the thing rolls super smooth. And I could imagine that if you throw some tires on it, like these J Concepts here, that this thing will hook up way better. The tires look like they're a little bit taller than a regular tire also. Has a bunch of extra cord here. I'm not sure if I'll try to fix that or shorten that later. See how it drives first. Looks like it's got, let's see. I think it's got dog bones on the rear. Yeah, I'm sure it's got dog bones on the rear. It looks like, let me get a flashlight, people. CVDs in the front, for sure. Center drive shaft's a dog bone style. It's not CVD or anything like that. Most of them are the dog bone style. Let me just double check the back. Yeah, the back is definitely a dog bone. Steel. All of them are steel. It looks like a decent car. I mean, for the money, let me tell you something, people. For the money, you're not going to beat that car. Okay? I mean, what's your other options? Your other options are, let me move this a little closer. Get a little bit better shot on here. I know this isn't the best review, but I'll get a better drive review, or after I do drive it, I'll give you guys a little bit better review on the thing. Definitely looks like the body needs to go down some more. I think the shocks are a little high, even though I know there's no battery. That battery is so light, and even the battery I'm going to use is light. It definitely seems like it's a little high. You know, I like my cars a little lower. I do race them only. I don't really drive them on the street. So, like I was saying, for the price, you're not going to beat this car, folks. I mean, your competition out there, your main competition is Low C, and Traxxas has their 4x4. I'm going to tell you, the quality of this car, it seems about the same as a Traxxas. Maybe Traxxas is a little bit above it. Their Traxxas is kind of cleaner, usually on their chassis. I'm gonna be real. I think that the Traxxas, the 4-wheel drive Slash, probably has a stiffer chassis than this. But I bet you that this has a better like race geometry. And I know that everyone's like, oh, it's a Thunder Tiger, blah blah blah. It's, you know, it's the qualifier series. It's not made by Associated. Well, look at it this way. There is somebody that designed this car, and his job wasn't to make a bad car. You know, obviously he wants to make a good car, and he you know, he has a reputation of a engineer or designer or whatever, and his idea is not to make a bad car. So I'm sure it's going to be okay. And like I said, for the price, what are you going to do? You can't beat this. This thing is almost as much as a 2-wheel drive, and you're getting a 4-wheel drive with a radio, a battery, and a charger. It's a killer deal. I mean, I think it's a killer deal. Mud flaps on there, real soft, nice rubber. Those are obviously going to come off. I mean, they do look cool. Let's see, it's got a little button here, the on-off button and the set button. As far as I know, there's no programming on the speed control. It is what it is. There's no punch control or drag brake, any of those. But that's okay. Like I said, it is what it is for the money. What I'll probably do with this car is I'll take it out to the track and run it maybe like after one of my two-wheel drive races, just to see how it does handle on the track, to see if it's even possible to keep up with some of the club guys with their 4x4s, and they're almost all running either a low C or a Techno, and I know that this is a ready to run, but we'll see. I mean, let me take it out to the track and see if it's track worthy at all. Hopefully it is. If it's not, I might give it to my son and let him maybe start going into the four-wheel drive thing. I'm not sure what I'll do with it. Most of the people that have this, they did say that they liked it after they drove it. They say that you have to adjust the shock oil, change out the shock oil maybe, the diff oil. And I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know if they even put oil in the diff. They might have just packed them with grease and changed the tires. To be honest with you, I'll for sure run these tires the first couple of times. If the truck's capable, and I know it's like, well, you don't know if it's capable or not without those tires. I can tell. I can tell if it's, a track-worthy car. Those tires aren't that bad. They probably will grip up good. They're just not going to handle corners very well. The foam in them it's too firm when you squeeze it like this. There's not very, it seems like it doesn't fill in the tire enough. The sidewalls are empty. The tire itself, it feels okay. I mean, the tread feels great. It looks good. They're a pretty decent sized pin. I mean, it seems like it's going to work pretty good for my track. Like a dusty, dry track, it seems like they're going to be good. Maybe I'll try and soften them up, throw some WD-40 on them, see if I can soften them up a little bit more, but they're probably okay. On a hot day, they'll be alright. So, I guess that's probably going to be it for this part of the review. I'll do a review. I might do an actual rolling driving video review so you can see how it drives on a 2-cell. I'll actually throw in the Wolf Pack to show you what it does with the Wolf Pack, and then I'll throw in my Thunder Power and see if there's any kind of difference. And they're both going to be 2-cells. I'm not putting a 3-cell on this. The track I go to, you're only allowed to run a 2-cell on it. So, and then I'll do a review on what I think of the car and what needs to be changed, and go from there. So I appreciate you for watching. Thanks, and keep subscribing to my channel, please, and stay tuned for the next review on this car. Have a good day.